And they cannot see your face. Because that's what you wanted, right?
Yep. All right.
I will
Open your deck.
I will.
That's why when I do card videos, I don't lives anymore. I just record. But if your phone can't, if your phone doesn't have memory to just record and then edit, then upload later, then I get it.
Well, here's the
All
thing.
right,
So I don't update my stuff.
All right, so the deck's already gonna be in the little thing. It's still cellophaned together. You get your. Hold on. Let's see what's all in here to help you out real quick. So that spacer. There's your life total. It goes up to 40, so it's 31 to 40 on one side, and then you flip it over. Sorry, 21 to 40 on one side.
What should I start on?
Okay, that's the wrong side. So you'll start on this side, 40, because 40 is going to be your starting life. You get this to give you like quick start rules to. Oh, there's quick start rules in the back of that. You open this that has your deck.
All right, there you go.
And then you have a new Capenna Collector Booster 2-card sample pack, which could be cards in this.
All right, there you go.
Tells you what the commander deck's all about, her backstory, and the whole new Capenna. If you care to read that, this is your deck. These are cards not in your deck that you get because you bought the deck.
But don't add these yet.
No. Come on. There we go.
Went.
All right, so there's going to be 2 cards. Let's see what you get. Evelyn the Covetous and Quasar. No, neither of them can go in anyway.
Dog shit.
But they work kind of
what
together.
What is that
That
about?
hybrid mana symbols, so you can pay either that or that for that. However, Quasar of Agonies is a fun one. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses a life, you gain a life. Evelyn cares about vampires, so neither of them will actually fit your starter deck. +1/+1 counters, goaded counters to.
Is this already shuffled?
No, it is not shuffled.
This is a lot of cards.
It's 100 cards minus.
It's a 100-card Highlander.
So that's your commander.
Hey, buddy. Oh, good. How are you?
You also get tokens because your deck makes tokens, and those will come out when it says create a specific token. This is the display commander foil etch that they were talking about. You could use either or, you just can't shuffle the big one into your deck. That's the thing.
Which one's where's the big one?
If you notice, if you feel this, you can tell it's thicker cardboard.
I have a.
Oh, so this one can't be in my deck.
No, if you wanted to use that instead of that one, this is always your commander. So you can use that, and then
I'm trying. Well, I have like an idea for a story.
I'm gonna have to do this, but
It's just one of those like I want to finish.
But I'm not bending your. I'm not actually bending your cards because I can't. I don't have the thumb strength to do that kind of shenanigans. Plus, waterfall shuffle.
You're in the same situation.
You gotta teach me.
It's like I have like 8 games out.
This is the best way I know how to, which is the waterfall shuffle.
You're like, I gotta
However,
finish
you
this
do
fucking
have
I tried
to.
the waterfall last night. I still couldn't get it to do it.
Just don't do a lot of cards at first. You just do very few and.
I did 20 cards. I still couldn't do
Okay,
it.
so. Did you do what Chris told you? Put a program on, watch it, and then just while you're watching the program, just
I tried that. I
So
still
far, you guys
kept
are
messing
still
up.
my realm of control.
it's gonna take a lot of practice.
Yeah, we don't.
I've been playing
To be
Magic
fair,
on and
like,
off for
those are really
14
hard
years,
like,
and
No.
Granted,
like that's that. I'm
the
not
first
saying
part
it's
of
gonna happen, I'm
that,
just saying,
people
just
didn't
in
care about
case,
putting
I'm
cards
like,
in
guys, I
sleeves
can't beat
or
you.
anything like that.
That's-
I'll tell you how it was like. We didn't have we didn't use deck boxes. We got rubber bands and put rubber bands around our decks and kept them together that way in boxes.
By the way, I'm gonna pay for this.
Huh?
I'm gonna pay for this after stream.
That's fine.
It just looks so cool.
I expect him too much.
It reminds me of that one Lord of the Rings dude.
to like be a problem for you.
Whoever his
Kind of,
name
but
is.
that's
Like the only problem.
you're thinking of Gimli, the dwarf.
No, the big giant dude
Will
from the
see how well that
beginning.
goes.
Sauron?
I try.
Yeah,
No.
looks
No,
like
I
his
know you
helmet.
do, and I love it. I love it every time.
Do you not see the resemblance?
I do. It's not from the actual Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering set, but yes.
There's one.
We don't have any we do not have any packs of it right now. Plus they're I think $8 a pack right now. It was a more premium product too.
I
So
found when the new Blue Eye stack comes out,
when
middle of February.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh, and they said what hand traps will be in it.
Yeah.
Nibiru,
Launch off a
Ash,
bunch of
and
fires,
Effect
and, like,
Veiler.
That does not surprise me one bit.
And it's fine.
But
Those are
however-
usually the main.
Yeah,
Those
but
are
what
usually
if-
like
what
the
if it
three
did?
main
I'm
one
like,
that people
what
run
if
with.
no matter?
However, the guy who designed the new Blue Eyes Extra Deck guy, that dude must have been on so much meth and cocaine.
And even then,
Because that card's obnoxious.
What's one?
yeah,
The brand new
slave
Blue
tanks
Eyes
are gonna
Ultimate
get ramped
Spirit
up because
Dragon.
Now they know what
Well, they're
you're
one
trying
to.
do.
It's
No,
part
it's
of
just
Blue Eyes.
because I can see us getting banned the month after.
And they're like, ah.
Or at least limited.
I mean, there's like one left.
Well, that's why playing happens. Everything like
Provided
that.
every-
That should
provided
be
we have
shuffled
enough
pretty
people
good.
to do the main story.
What'll happen is he might ask you to offer to cut, but seeing as it's your first time, I will also ask him if Chris. I have a question for you. Would you mind, because this is his first time, that you both play open-handed, so you can show him stuff that he can do?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because this is his because it is his actual first time playing Magic the Gathering.
Completely understandable. See, title of the video: Noob learns how to play Magic. Simple as that.
He's,
No, I just titled it Tokumatsu Live Learning Magic.
yeah.
My titles are
Thank you.
gold.
It's not clickbaiting.
It's not
You gotta tickle
clickbait.
their balls a little more.
I am so tempted to attempt a clickbait Yu-Gi-Oh video. Just to
Taya's titties.
I just want to see if I can piss off Konami.
Video ends if I draw all 5 pieces of Exodia, have it stacked, first 5 cards. Fuck. I would actually do that, by the way.
I believe it.
Crap! I forgot to grab my 5 pieces of Exodia at home to put in the party box. That's okay.
No.
I actually... Okay, what I'll do is... I'm not going to put them exactly in the party box. I'll put it into the wish binder, so when somebody casts wish, it's
there's 3 people.
It's a collective of cards that they can put into the game that stays there forever.
Forever.
Is this how many I draw?
It'll be 7 to start off.
Are you
Oh,
ready?
so I need one more.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So, so open-handed. So he's also going to do this. So go ahead and lay your hand out so we can help you.
First, I'm gonna start off with a roll.
Yeah, go ahead.
13. Beat it. High roll. 2.
Ow.
All right. I'm gonna be going first.
Yeah, I suck with dice.
I mean, it's probably a good thing he's going first.
I'm gonna be going first. I'm playing the commander, Stella Lee, wild card.
So he's going to show. Yep.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Propaganda.
I could say something politically funny, but I'm not gonna do it on YouTube.
Thank you, because I don't want you getting banned.
I will.
No.
No! Man, there's a reason my brother's not allowed on my streams or in any of my videos.
Simply.
So what's my commander's status again? It can't be affected or
So
anything?
right, so it is in a zone, a special zone called the command zone, which, unless otherwise stated on a card, it cannot be affected by anything.
There's a lot of land in your hand.
He shuffled it.
Yeah.
I did shuffle. This was his first draw.
Yeah.
You-
Do you think a mulligan would be worth it for him? I don't know how the deck. His deck
Okay,
works.
so let's look at Kit Kanto for a minute. To be fair, it might be a little bit. This is actually not a bad starting hand for him, especially when he can turn 1 Soul Ring or turn 2 Soul Ring or something to start getting stuff out.
That's not bad.
Because she comes out of 4 when she enters. She creates a token and puts she can do shenanigans. Assemble the Legion at the beginning of his upkeep, makes 1/1 tokens, and but he puts a muster counter on it, and after that ticks up, then he creates that many of those tokens. So to be honest, even just that this started actually works for his deck.
Yeah, I'll trust you on it. Okay, I'm gonna start for my turn.
that exact one.
I'm gonna play an island for turn. That's my single land drop that I get for the turn.
And because he is first player, he does not draw in this case.
Yep.
Unless it is more than 2 people.
Well, you would think. I'm going to then play. I'm gonna tap the
You know what I
land.
mean.
Yep. For the to generate a blue mana, I'm gonna play Spectrum Visions. So I get to draw a card, and then scry 2.
Scrying is he gets to look at the top cards of his library and then determines whether he wants to keep them both on top, one on bottom, or both on bottom.
I'm gonna put them back on top. And then
What's this library stuff about?
That's
It's your deck.
yeah. Magic calls it a library. Yu-Gi-Oh calls it a deck.
pass. You're up.
So, okay.
What the?
Life of the Party. I haven't seen Life of the Party in a while. Okay, don't worry about this card for now. So you got a few choices. You got a few choices here. This does not make mana by itself. You have to use 1 mana into it to make 2. This makes 1 by itself, or you could pay 1, discard it, find a specific land. I wouldn't do that yet because you don't have anything out to pay for it. Just about anything in this game has a mana cost, and you have to have land out beforehand. This comes into play tapped, but when it is untapped, it makes red, green, or white mana, which would untap on your next turn. This is just a basic mountain, which at the moment wouldn't be able to do much except on first turn. You can make it to where you have 3 mana total, 1 that makes specifically red, 1 that doesn't make 2 that don't make any colors but helps with mana costs. You'll get there in a minute. So you could either feasibly put out a mountain and the Soul Ring, a mountain or Ash Barrens and the Soul Ring, or play the Jungle Shrine tapped and play out another land and Soul Ring later. My suggestion would be, I would play the Jungle Shrine tapped first. So,
Okay.
yep, tapping is defense mode for everything in this. When you go to attack or tap, it switches to here, and then at the beginning of your turn, everything will go back this way.
Okay.
Unless something in the game states that it can't for the turn.
So where am I putting my land?
Mainly at the back of your stuff. There's no specific zones, but Magic requires where your land be behind everything else, and then all your creatures, artifacts, enchantments, all other cards will be up in front of your lands.
Okay. And what am I doing with him?
He stays in your hand for now. You won't have enough mana to
I
cast
can't-
him out yet.
I can't. But
He's 4 cost.
You don't have anything to be able to...
There's only 1 red.
But then there's also 3 of any or colorless. So you
Because
wouldn't be able to
Stella
pay for it
costs-
right now anyway.
Even Stella costs 3. Its converted mana cost is 3 overall, but I need a blue and a red pip specifically.
And when do I start making my tokens?
Once you get your commander out, you'll see what happens when we get to that point. For right now, you just play that land for land and then pass per turn.
Okay, done.
You don't get to do a lot of OTKs or FTKs in commander unless you're playing competitive.
Draw for turn. Fucking even not anymore.
I-
They just hit like all the
Oh, is it
fast mana.
catching this?
Oh yeah, it's going.
Does it see the cards?
I adjusted it so it could
Yeah,
still play zone.
Chris actually did a really good job lining that up.
I'm gonna play Sulphur Falls because I control a mountain. It's not gonna come in tapped.
So yeah, go ahead and control, since he has an island or a mountain, which there's 5 basic land types: mountain, which taps for red; island, which taps for blue; swamp taps for black; forest taps for green; and plains taps for white.
And
So
we're also gonna play an Arcane Signet.
which will tap for 1 mana of any color, or color of his commander's color identity. Your deck has a Soul Ring, a commander, Arcane Signet, Command Tower, all that kind of stuff.
Kind of slow game. We're running 2 precons, so obviously that'll be past turn.
Draw your card.
Uh,
Orzhov Advocist. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player may put 2+1/+1 counters on a creature they control. If it does, okay. So this is.
do I?
So you just draw. Yeah, you untap. This was your. So what would happen is you untap everything first. Then there's an upkeep phase, which if you have cards that do stuff on an upkeep phase, those would trigger next, and then you would draw your card. However, this later on can be kind of it won't work very well in a 1v1, but when you're playing like a 3-player game or a 4-player game, you can get into what's called politicking, which happens a lot in Commander games, which this says this basically says at your upkeep, each player, or including you, can put 2+1/+1 counters, which is a permanent buff on stats for creature. Put 2+1/+1 counters on a creature they control. If a player does, they can't attack you or any planeswalker cards you control until your next turn. That's great for multiplayer games. for right now, I would put out the mountain and the soul ring. So what you'll do is you put the mountain. Now you'll use either one of these to tap for a mana. It doesn't matter what color. Put that out. Now you have an artifact that no summoning sickness, so you could be able to use it for the first turn.
Well, there's no points.
It makes 2 colorless mana, which is great because now you can tap your jungle shrine for green because it can make red, green, or white. Then you tap your soul ring for 2 more, which is 3 altogether. Now you can play something called Awakening Zone. So at the beginning of your upkeep, so during the beginning of your turn, you may create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi. That'll happen at your next turn. At the start of your next turn.
Not now?
Nope. Upkeep starts at the beginning of your turns, and we're past that. We'll create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token. It has sack this creature at any time, doesn't matter if it's sick or not. Add 1 colorless mana, which can ramp you up pretty quick, and now you're set up for your next. You're almost set up for your next turn to be able to get your commander out now.
What cards can I set face down?
None.
There's no face down mechanic in this, unless it says, unless otherwise stated. There's like 3 or 4 face down mechanics.
There are. The thing is, there's no built-in mechanic unless the card specifically lists it.
Yep.
Usually, flipping a face down converts it into something completely different and not working with its own.
Correct.
Being that there is no defense position, there is no.
I'm gonna
Flipping.
pile my hand up a little so
Okay.
it's easier for me.
So it's
Wait,
In
hold
terms, Yu-Gi-Oh is actually one of the more
Can I-
off-base card games.
not this turn, but you would be able to do either that or your commander next turn.
All right, is that going
So
to be
does
turn?
this go to the grave?
Nope.
No,
Or where's it going?
it stays on your battlefield.
Yep, because the
It'll-
symbol just stands for tap.
Okay.
It'll-
It'll specifically say.
So does he get to attack it or?
No.
I can only attack you. That's essentially functions as a continuous spell.
Oh.
Thank you, because my brain's not making connections to specifics. So thank you.
Similar to how an enchantment is.
So what am I doing with this thing now?
Enchantment's more like a field spell.
I would still say it's more it's like a continuous spell, except this is a force trigger, where this is a passive trigger.
Or that, yeah.
Oh, like Swords of Revealing Light.
Yes, this will passively go off each turn, where this you will have to forcefully trigger
Okay.
each turn.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna continue doing this. You're good.
You do your job,
So-
worker boy.
So I guess I'm doing my turn.
I'm gonna untap, upkeep, draw,
Why didn't you untap during my turn?
because I untap on my turn.
Oh.
Yep.
And then you'll untap on your turn. Alright.
Mhm. Unless
That's what I drew.
Does that include the artifact?
yes.
Yep.
And there's always going to be an unless otherwise stated.
Yep. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to play the enchantment Propaganda.
So what's this gonna do?
Creatures can't attack me unless their controller pays 2 mana for each creature they control that's attacking.
Think of it similar to a card like
Let's say I have a card on the field in a sense of Yu-Gi-Oh. You swing anytime you swing your monster, you get binked for 500 points of damage.
Oh,
Except-
like Chain Energy, where the more you play, the more pain you
Yeah,
feel.
the difference is this is being that you're playing a token spam deck. You're going to put out a bunch of tokens, but you won't have the mana to completely beat.
because not only do you use this mana to cast spells, but now you'll have to, once you save some, to be able to attack, to pay that mana cost and attack with creatures. Unless you can get that off the board, which I think, if I remember right, that deck has some cards that can deal with enchantments.
I believe it, but
Ooh,
again,
mine is.
It is green anyway. And red.
that'll be my turn.
So does it mean I can
Yep. So you'll untap,
end this?
yep, upkeep, draw, and then you move into your main phase.
I drew this.
Let me see it.
I don't know what that is.
Or a mutation. Destroy target enchantment. Alright, you drew it.
Should tell it teaching a Yu-Gi-Oh player magic.
I mean, I'm actually also a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Create X1/1 green summon for the enchantment's mana value. That's not a bad one. That does out this.
Can I play it?
You could, but
Or do I not want to? Oh, hold on. Do I want to play a land?
I mean, you should always be playing a land turn if you have it. Which one do you think would be best? One's considered a filter land, the other is considered.
I don't know what filter land means.
You have to pay one. So, say you want to put this down. You tap this for 1 mana, and it generates these 2. So you're essentially tapping 2 mana to filter out a land that you already
And I put 'em on the
that
field.
you standardly can't use.
And they get put on the field?
It would already be on the field. You play the land for turn. It's on the field. Then you tap it for.
If I play Ash Barrens?
Ash Barrens is
You have to take all these out.
generates colorless mana,
I was more focused
or
on
you
turning
can
that.
discard it to cycle.
How are you doing?
Which cycling
That's a
is
better
discard the
response I've
card,
gotten from
then you're
you
gonna
in a
draw
while.
one off the top.
I think.
I think we'll just throw
Don't
this
have to ask for
in.
specifics, I'll take that as a win for now.
How do I activate this thing again?
You could pre-order the
And-
Yep, so
Just
you've
one
just
of these?
generated 2 mana for your pool. Now that's 2 colorless and a red.
Whenever you're.
So I got search.
Yeah, I can do that, I'll get Chris on the phone.
I don't know where you're thinking searches are.
Cause he's the, cause he's the one that does it.
What does this card say?
Friday,
Add 1 colorless.
wait, you were here Saturday.
What else does it say?
Yeah, you were here Saturday.
Basic
'Cause that was the day
land
that they
cycle.
Yep. And
Chris was talking about
then
John.
read the entire effect.
Discard this card, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand and shuffle.
Played the party, played the party.
So it's discard 1. So
maybe
if you
Magic
wanna
the
search out a
Gathering
land
cards,
from your
maybe
deck,
Magic the Gathering
You
cards.
can by tapping
Not
1,
everything is Magic the Gathering.
using, because you've
But it's
generated
a
3
land, you
years.
technically play 1
Found out
land.
about it Friday.
Yeah, but it's deck thinning and also searching. If you wanna do it.
Especially
So
when you
discard
can-
this.
Do you want it?
when you can play, when there's Pokemon, Digimon.
I'll wait till
Yu-Gi-Oh
next
cards,
turn to
Uno
hold,
cards,
in case I need it. Can I,
Oh, yeah, that's right. I had to,
I can't summon my
Yeah.
monsters still, I
I'm
don't
going
think.
to buy
You
that based on
have-
what it's
these
worth
are my
on
only
eBay, put
monsters.
that
If
as
you
one
wanted to,
and
you
summon
actually
them as a
could.
Booster too.
Because you could tab this, you could then bring out
I
this
don't know
guy.
what's in it, that's the fun
You
part.
have 4 mana that you can have open.
And then we
The
get
issue
to-
is you're missing green, but you would use this,
with
convert
whoever
this
is
into
with me,
this, tap
We're
a
gonna
white,
look at the
still
card,
have 1.
figure out what the rules for the card would be.
Are you following, or do I need to slow it down?
You're gonna need to slow down a whole lot.
Okay. So,
Let me put Life Party back over here.
so this is a play that you could do. This is a play you could do. This is also a play you could do. You have 3 mana in your pool.
But once already been used.
It's not. It's hasn't. You've generated the mana. It is sitting there.
Yep.
You need to then use that mana to then cast.
You do lose mana in between phases.
Yep. So you're just sitting on the mana in your mana pool. So, as a visual indicator, this is how much mana you have sitting.
Oh, can I put it closer to it?
One of them is a red mana. Where 2 of them
Oh,
are
those are all
from the
those.
Soul Ring.
I want to summon Life from the party.
Okay.
So I'm put her back.
So,
So
that means you need to tap either this.
I'll tap this, and I want to
You wanna
tap
see
that.
the other booster packs I have saved
So
for
these
it?
are both tapped. So, you're able to
Let me
then
find
cast
I don't
cast the
have
creature spell.
I
Life
want
of
to
the Party.
attack.
Those have WrestleMania cards.
Then-
that you
This game has a thing called summoning
I have,
spells.
I have older WrestleMania cards.
So when
that I
a
wanted
creature
to
hits the
raise you.
board for the
Where's
first
the
turn,
box?
it cannot attack unless it has something like haste or rush.
I know, that used to be one of the old Land things we
I
did.
think it's rush. I might be
Oh,
wrong.
so kind of like Vengeful Bog Spear, nothing can attack turn it's played.
Kinda. It's more of yeah, exactly that. Vengeful Bog Spirit just gives something sickness.
Which is his attack again?
He has 0.
So
He
Yeah.
has 1 life.
Okay, obviously,
Because
with
if
bubble gum
his
has to be thrown away.
if this number was 0, he would just die.
Otherwise, I would stick with a stick of bubble gum into
So,
sleep, which I
I
do not
fucked
want
up.
to do.
I wouldn't say so.
well, is
I
he
don't-
good?
He has first strike, trample, haste. Whenever Life of the Party
University of
attacks, it
North
gets
Carolina cards are
X
is
and
sports
plus
packs.
X plus 0 until the end of the turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. So when you are
My
set
favorite
up,
thing about that is
also,
you can
did you
get sometimes
did you
those
make sure this
old,
effect went off?
college administration.
I forgot that was there.
Sports
Okay,
packs
so
like that.
what am I doing?
You can get admitted,
Read-
read
read its effect.
administrative positions as well.
I know it creates one of these.
Okay. So We'll indicate this
I have
as
no
for,
clue
so you remember
what the
each of your next
collectible-
turn.
what
On
the
your
Bell's
subsequent
collectible
turns,
card
to
series
make
is
sure you
for
use it.
constantly.
Okay, so I want one of those spawn things.
After this, I'll finish those wackies. That's 150 that I'm working on at one time. I will
This
tell
the
you what,
token?
Chris is way faster at it than I am.
Probably because Chris isn't so scatterbrained.
Let me see your tokens.
I mean, yeah.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
So you're looking for a card listed Eldrazi Spawn, which is a 0/1.
It is
And
a
I'm putting him
token.
next to him.
Yep, he would just go. So that means it'll go off each turn.
This is why I drew.
Exactly.
This is now on board. So when this thing can attack,
I don't think I want to attack one.
you can't right now.
No.
Well, you can. It has haste, and it would become a 1/1 to swing, but you would still need to deal with the propaganda before you can, and you don't have the mana to do it.
Does this
Correct.
get rid of it?
It does, but you don't have the mana for it.
Correct.
Fuck.
Okay, so if you have any land that you can at that time produce mana with, then you can use it. But this can be used at any time. However, since that doesn't make mana by itself, and then you don't have any others open with it, you have to wait till you can pay with the correct pip colors as well. So keep that in mind.
Well, then I am done.
All right.
Trust me. With a lot of Magic games, it
Draw.
like I said, unless you're geared to go like one turn kill or FTK, which is rare, which rarely happens in Magic anymore. It's gonna feel like a slow start every time. Just let you know.
I use my skill to summon this.
Skills
There's
aren't,
my.
even, skills aren't even in Yu-Gi-Oh! What do you mean?
I'm just making my joke.
Okay. I'm gonna tap the.
Plus, I love holding this thing. This thing just looks so cool.
I'm gonna play Signet. Tap my
So what is
Signet. I'm gonna
this
play.
When does that thing go bye-bye?
It doesn't. Neither does your Soul Ring.
Oh, so we get to keep them.
Yeah, they're regular effects. So I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna tap all four. I'm gonna play my Archmage, Emeritus.
That looks so fucking cool.
Did I hear Archmage Emeritus?
Emeritus.
I forget what he does.
Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
He's pretty good. He's pretty decent.
Yes, he is.
Hey, Caleb, I made a
Yes.
joke earlier.
Okay.
Did you hear it?
No, I didn't.
I said I activate my skill to search this.
Technically, there are cards that do that, but they're not. They're non-functional in Commander.
Yeah.
draw?
You're up.
Speaking
You
of
don't
which,
tap.
those type of cards, I put a 4 out in the
Castle,
party
You don't
box.
tap.
Chris, speaking of those type of cards, I have 4 wishes in the party box.
Based.
Okay, I want
Found
to.
out I could actually put more, but I just want 4. Okay. Now,
Oh, token. I don't think
There
I
you
have
go.
any more
Now you have
spawn.
Indicate with the dice.
Okay.
Now you have 2 on board.
Does this count as a white mana saying it looks white?
Yeah, but it comes in tapped, unless you control all planes.
also those tap lands, it's a lot easier to play towards the beginning of the game than it is later stages.
Well, this is what I drew, Caleb.
It's a tap land.
I drew the castle.
Castle Ardenvale? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Unless you control, since now your lands say that the subtypes have planes on them, that makes sense.
I have some in.
Hey, Chase.
How you doing, Chase? Fair enough.
So
Sorry
now
for
because
taking up
now
the.
you control
sorry for
2
taking
different
up the
creatures.
front Table, I have to make
His,
sure of these wackies.
he becomes
before-
Yeah,
two,
Chase,
two.
you have to share with the other Caleb.
He becomes a 2/2.
It'll be fine.
This is
Or
the
when he
fake
attacks,
one.
he'll become a 2/2.
That's shit.
Yep.
And that's good.
The more you have on board, the better it is.
So
You
if
can-
I attack him into that, they die.
Yep. Until you have propaganda, you have to pay 2 mana though.
Does it have to match
And-
his?
And the thing is, you actually don't get to attack the chosen creatures. You attack. You always swing at face. And I then get to declare blockers. I should probably just open up the companion app rather.
Still have them.
Chase. After this, I challenge you to Pokemon.
Alright, so what,
Dang it.
alright, so what's your plan?
Can I draw?
Why would you draw? It's not your turn.
Okay.
Well, it is your turn, but like, you've already drawn for turn.
Curious.
You still
We're
have
getting
to
ready
either
to-
play a card. or
Okay,
just pass
so
a turn.
What is it?
You haven't tapped any hands yet.
so I'm gonna.
Sure.
So how much
You're
mana
fine.
is have to equal
I
the
got
exact whole thing? If I attack, because of that weird card,
It takes 2 mana that you pay, and then you can swing.
and if they both die,
You do not attack this creature. You attack the player. So if I go, hey, I'm gonna swing my Archmage at you. He goes to you. You then declare blockers.
I attack you directly. Then
Okay, so he'll become tapped, and he can't block.
I ain't
us.
saying a word. That's hilarious.
I'll take 2 points.
wait, what did he do?
Focus on your game.
I will end
And
my turn.
this doesn't generate mana normally. You'll need to pick a different one.
I want this. Get rid of that. I am a turn.
I draw for turn.
Did you? Where's your life number? Then what's that saying?
Also, left counter.
Interesting.
But I realized you didn't have one out, so
Yeah.
it was easier just to do this.
Your health they have at that moment is how much you'll then lose. So
Okay.
not only do I hurt
I'm
you,
gonna
you get
pay
hurt
2
back
life.
for hurting me.
Then I'm going to
That is
go
very
1,
funny, actually.
2, 3.
So it's a little bit of a punishment for one
I'm gonna
shot.
play.
Hey,
Okay.
I
Terrorist
did my
Command.
first damage.
Cool. Good job.
I can use 2 because that's a Phyrexian land or a Phyrexian pip. I can play. I can damage myself for 2 to pay its cost. I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
Yep. Or pay the blue out of his mana pool.
Yep.
Look who did the damage.
Then the
job.
effective
Life of the
Archmage
party.
Emeritus is going to go off. Because I casted a spell, I get to draw 1 more card. Nice. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna tap an island to play a Soul Ring. Then I'm going to play an
That
island.
looks different than mine.
It's the same card, just a different art.
Oh, like in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yep.
I'm gonna play an island for turn.
Wait, aren't you also affected by propaganda?
No.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
He's the one that controls it. It's not.
I'm not under the battle restriction.
Is there a propaganda for red?
No.
No. Blue and white have it.
Blue is control. White is semi-control. Red is more burn and artifact destruction.
How come I haven't drawn a single?
Green is big stompy creatures and destruction and growth, as in ramping. And then black just likes to kill stuff.
I think I will pass for turn.
Which is very fitting because back in the day, back in Magic's infancy days, blue did what red does now.
All right.
Blue used to burn.
This will go up to 3.
I drew a
Goes on
weird
top.
thing.
Okay, so you still have Awakening Zone. So just letting you know, because you have this out and it makes one every turn,
It's already.
it'll let you draw a card every turn because you make a token every turn.
Yep.
So,
Where am I putting
all right, just go ahead and put
next to my
it by your
ring.
Soul Ring. Yep. So
this? So I'll draw my card.
you made one. Well, so artifacts, unless stated, are not affected by summoning cyclists like monsters are. You did make your Eldrazi Scion per turn, so it activates. So you now can tap this to draw a card, and you can only do that when this is not tapped.
Okay.
This lets each player not exactly draw.
He looks
Well, it
pretty
does. It
weak.
does draw at the. It can generate. It can, in multiplayer games, it can generate mana and gain you a bunch of life. Sylvala is great. Sylvala is a great cheap draw piece.
I'm gonna go ahead and just activate Ash Barrens as a land for cost later.
Huh?
I'm putting out my Ash Baron.
Take that back for a minute. Instead, what you could do is, if you're not going to do much else with mana, tap your Soul Ring, use one of the 2, do what's called basic land cycling. You discard this from your hand, then you go searching your deck for either a mountain, a forest, or a plains. I would probably go for a forest because you don't have anything that directly makes green by itself.
This?
Yep. Then it'll come. Then this will go into your hand,
I'll let you shuffle.
and then you can play the forest out since you haven't done your land for turn. There you go.
Put my forest.
That's actually, I'd say that's,
Can I?
you can, yep,
Probably show
well, nope, you have to have white mana still open, but that's okay. You would have to have white mana open for that too. Don't worry about it for the moment. You still got a decent board state no matter what. So, I would say that's a decent pass turn, because now you set yourself up to draw an extra card every turn.
I'm gonna make my graveyard right here.
And you can, and if you want to do this next turn or during your opponent's, not this next one, but the one after, you can do that as well. But
Now I'm gonna end my
you may
turn.
do that. You may use that whenever
Untap.
you have priority.
Upkeep. Draw.
Does that make sense?
So now I get to create tokens and draw cards for it.
Yes.
Ooh.
So what you do is your untap upkeep.
So that's
that'll
basically
create.
my pot of greed.
Yeah. In Magic, there's a lot more ways to draw cards inherently than Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh loves their searches.
Magic. Yeah.
That's why Ash exists.
Magic does love their
Smoldering
searches.
Stagecoach. Then we're going. Yeah, and so now my next instant spell, and the next sorcery, you have Cascade, which I'll flip a card off the top. Caleb, how does Cascade work?
Okay,
again?
Cascade works is you
been
cast
a
a
while.
so whenever you cast a spell that gets an ability called Cascade, then whatever the mana cost is, you flip cards off the top of your library off the top of your deck until it is a card that has less than the mana cost.
Hey, this
So-
would have been a great commander because
However, this does not go with your commander's color.
I'm just
identity.
saying, no, with the
It is
combo.
a neat little one. So, so what he's going to do is, if it's a card that costs 5 mana, what he would do is he gets to reveal the top every top card of his deck until he gets to a card that has a mana cost less than that card. Then he gets to play that for free, or
Yeah.
he may cast it for free. And I say may because
Oh,
there
it's,
are
attack.
So what?
Never mind. It's based off of attacks.
Can I buck with a token?
You can block with tokens. Hold on. You don't
have
tap
not
to
attacked
block.
yet.
You don't tap to block. Just letting you know that.
We're gonna go.
He's not. I don't think he's at the block attacking phase yet.
We're gonna play Radical Idea. Lets me draw a card. Effective Archmage. My Archmage lets me draw another card.
Okay. So yeah.
Then I'm going to play a Mound for turn. I'm going to tap a blue to play Brainstorm. I'm gonna draw 3 cards and then put 2 cards on top of my library in any order.
From your hand. So it can be. It doesn't have to be the same ones he draws. Trust me. There's a lot of card drawing Magic, and blue loves to draw.
Then
It's not blue
then,
and heal.
and then on the stack,
white.
yeah, it's white. On the stack is
White and
going to
green.
go Archmage Emeritus, which allows me to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's gonna resolve.
If this was a part of my deck, would it have helped?
Don't know. Not really, because your deck focuses on making tokens rather than its attack. It likes to attack wide, not tall. You want to attack tall. Magic, you can attack wide or tall.
I'm gonna put back on the top. These. Then I'm going to play tap 1. We're gonna play Faithless Looting, which allows me to draw 2 cards and then discard 2.
I forgot she likes to turn through her deck. Pretty good.
We're gonna discard Epic Experiment and good question. We're in a mountain, and because I did that, I get to draw a card. So that's 1, 2. Do I die? 3? No.
No.
You have 40 life.
Commander, you start with 40 life, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just pass for turn.
Alright, so untap all your stuff on the board. Do your upkeep trigger with the
With the
Yep, Eldrazi spawn, so you make one more. Then you
Okay.
draw your hold. I mean, you can if you want to, but you'll draw a card for turn beforehand.
Okay, then do it.
Yes, you could.
Ooh, get back
All right.
up there. All right, so here's what I have now.
So if you want to, you can go ahead and, well, he doesn't have any open mana, so you're more than free to do this. You can pay your green and white if you want to right now to
This is
destroy the.
white?
Yep, that's white. That makes white, green, red. So tap your Castle Arden, tap Castle Ardenvale and your forest.
Okay.
Die.
All right, now,
Die,
so
propaganda.
you make X 1/1 green sapperling creature tokens where X is that enchantment's mana value, and you make 3 of them. They are also double-sided tokens, so if you don't see them on one side, they're insects that he makes, right? There they are.
And
He makes 3 of them.
And then it goes to the grave.
Yes. That goes to your graveyard.
Why
Also-
didn't it give me free of every token?
so you can play the deck.
Yep. Now, there's every once in a while with those decks that you don't get every single token, but they try to provide you with as many as possible.
It's usually the ones that are necessary.
Are more frequent than others.
I will.
You can now freely attack if you want to. However, how does Life of the Party work?
It gains attack when it swings. It gains up to the number of creatures.
So it would be an 8/1 because it counts itself.
And it has first strike, so it's not bad.
I want to hit him.
It's got Flample and Haste. First Strike and Trample put together is called Flample. Some people do that. Now hold on. Before you go into attacking, you've got a lot of at the beginning of your upkeep triggers. Interesting. Or at least for stuff in here.
Can I create any of these?
You could play any of those. If you want to, you can attack, and then on your second main, go ahead and do something called Cultivate, which you would pay 3 mana for. You search your library for 2 basic land cards of plains, forest, or mountain. Put them both onto the battlefield. Put one onto the battlefield tapped, and then the other one, since you hadn't played a land for turn, you could just put onto the battlefield as well, if you want to do that.
Okay. But
Which helps you out for future turns.
first, I want to hit him.
Okay, so attacking, unless otherwise stated, does tap your creature.
I'll take 8.
The reason why you don't tap to block is because anything that is not tapped shows it can block unless it says on the card.
All right, and then I get to activate Cultivate.
Make phase 2, and then you
All right.
do your.
So what's its casting? So what's its
One
cost?
green and 2 anything.
All right. So the way you can do that is tap your mountain, then tap your Mossfire Valley. Now you're making both a red green. Are we gonna? I don't think we're gonna be do anything else for the turn, and you don't have any reactions. So go ahead and tap your Jungle Shrine for the 3rd.
Yep.
Now,
Cultivate.
Cultivate. You search your deck for 2 basic lands. Can be forest, mountain, and or plains, because you can choose 2 of the same or 2 of any different.
One white, and I want another green.
All right. Choose one of them to come into the battlefield tapped, and the other one will go into your hand. All right. I will shuffle. Go ahead and put Cultivate in your graveyard.
And you said I can activate the other
You
one.
have not played a land for a turn, if I'm correct, right?
Right. So I'm going to put it right here.
Yep.
Oh,
That's-
I got an Armada.
So that leaves you with 3 open mana for anything just in case. However, none of the cards in your hand have an instant speed. So, but you have 7 things that can potentially block if need be.
Okay.
And it's not a 1v1 block. You can have multiple creatures block the same creature.
Well, I'm ending my turn, so I don't think I can do anything else.
Drop
Nope.
turn.
Not for now. Oh yeah. No, that's not 3 open mana. That's
Just one.
7 open mana. Your land, your Soul Ring, and the 4 Eldrazi spawn you can sack.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that for a minute. I'm like,
What's
wait a
this Dex Monster Reborn mechanic?
minute. This does not have graveyard recursion. This just pumps out tokens after tokens get destroyed. It's a replacement thing more than
I'm first gonna play.
black and white take care more of the Monster Reborn type effects,
I'm gonna tap a blue. Play Ponder to ponder my word.
as well as Foolish Burial effects too. By the way,
Wait, so this is a Foolish Burial?
no, it's not. I'm saying black and white take care of graveyard recursion, graveyard or creature destruction, and Foolish Burial style effects too.
Should I summon this next turn?
I would. You don't get to use her the turn she comes out. You have to wait a turn, but you but you can start doing some shenanigans and getting more mana. I would say you have enough mana. Play both her and your commander.
But if my commander dies, do I lose?
No,
Okay.
you lose when your life goes down to 40 or somebody fulfills a condition of a you win card.
And I draw because off of my Archmage. That'll set.
Yeah, Chris's deck wants to churn through it. Chris's deck wants to churn through it.
I like churning.
It's fun.
Hey, what if I stack Storm twice? Will that just go off? Like,
What do you mean? Do you have 2 cards that have Storm on them?
technically.
Okay.
Just curiosity.
Hey, Chase.
Both storms trigger separately, so it would add. So,
Nice.
how many spells have been cast this turn?
Once I do that one, that would be the second. And then
So once you play, so what was the first spell I played? Ponder. Okay, so if you, so
sorry, bud.
you play.
I cast Tormentor's
Oh, you
Storm.
have enough. Okay, I see. So you play this down, then your spell count would be 2.
Yep.
Then we play this down.
Yep.
It would do it would be 2 separates of 3. So-
just make,
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb.
it's been a
Yes.
while.
I think just because I can't quit put my hands on this thing, I'm gonna pay for it now. There should be coins in my jacket.
All right, give me a second. I'm not going to reach in your jacket myself because that's a trust thing, and I don't want to reach in any other people's pockets or anything like that. I will take care of this.
Okay.
I'm almost done with this for real. So, yo, Dragon, how's it going?
Righty there.
What does your shirt
I'm
say?
learning magic for the first
Permanently
time.
tired?
We're gonna go this.
Do you also run this thing?
No,
Is it a bad card?
it's not amazing. We're gonna play my Crackling Spellslinger. So the
Uh-oh.
next spell I get
I
has.
feel like that thing's gonna screw me over.
It might.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see what happens.
Alright, and then I'm gonna go boop.
Okay, 1 red, 1 blue.
We're gonna play Grape Shot.
All right, so Storm is a mechanic that counts how many spells have been cast for the turn and then makes that many copies on top of that.
Yep.
So 3 spells are cast this turn. His new creature that came out gives it a separate instance of Storm, so it's going to copy itself 6 times. So he gets 6 instances of Grape Shot, dealing 1 damage to any target 6 or 7 times altogether.
I'm gonna hit your life of the party.
For 1,
I'm gonna hit these guys for 1.
5,
And I'm gonna just off one of these.
Do I lose all my
6.
cards?
You have 7 instances, not 6.
Oh, I have some?
Yeah, because the original and then the copies.
Okay. And then I'll.
So do I lose everything?
All but one.
All but one of those, but you'll get new ones at the beginning of your upkeep.
So do I lose life?
No, you don't lose life.
No, him.
Oh, hold on.
He loses life of the party.
Oh, he loses life of the party, but he doesn't lose any
I love
life.
life of the party.
He-
It looks so cool.
Sorry, I thought you meant life total. Not bad.
Dead. And because that's a that's
You should have made a token of this life of the party.
Wait, you can do what?
When life of the party enters the battlefield, if it's not a token, each opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. Tokens are good for the rest of the game.
I didn't know it did that.
We're gonna ignore that for now because it never got established.
Yeah, we can't really rewind the board state on that.
So you're got lucky this
So I
time,
just,
for Evan.
so I think I just lost my boss card.
No, that's not your boss card. Your commander's mainly your boss card. Because that's the one that you want it to buff your creatures with.
And I did play an island for turn, so
Actually, how much mana are you gonna have next turn? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I can't crew with summoning sect.
Or if I draw mana.
I can't crew with summoning sect creatures, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Crew is a separate mechanic.
I'm
Go when
going
I pick this
to
next
crew on my small.
Say play that in your commander next turn. Because then in the turn after that, not only are you gonna get Eldrazi Spawn, but you're gonna start getting a bunch of 1/1 creatures this way too.
I'm gonna crew up my smoldering stagecoach.
Okay.
My smoldering stagecoach is gonna hit you for 9.
The way that worked is there's a bunch of mechanics going on here that once you start playing more, you'll get used to and know what they do. What he did was he did a thing called crewing. Artifacts are vehicles that are not creatures at the moment. There is a crew mechanic where he taps creatures for a certain amount of cost. You didn't have to do both of them. You could have just done one. Could have crewed just with one creature. It's not the amount of creatures, it's the total power of creatures you crew with.
I misunderstood that the entire time I've been playing. I'll leave
So do I need to lose life now?
You will. He's doing that for you.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
By the way, in this game, life is more of a resource than in Yu-Gi-Oh! Than
Actually,
anything.
To be fair,
So
Yu-Gi-Oh!
that means-
is mainly just a resource.
Wait, does
anyway.
that mean I care more about my life points than anything?
As long as you still have one left over when you win, you're fine.
The only life point that matters is the last one.
For real. Don't worry about that for now. Just try to build your board state and crack back when you can. So he just hit you for 9. That's not the end of the world. He's still 3 life less than
Get
you.
rid of this?
Nope. Okay, hold on. Do you want to block with? I would say not to block the first time. You're fine. You've got more than enough life for now.
Okay.
So you still have the insect.
And I still got these guys.
Well, yeah, this is technically your hand. I just asked if he could play open-handed so that way he could help with some stuff, even though I'm kind of helping. My bad.
You're all good. You're spending stuff better than
Oh
probably
wait,
I can.
my life wheel, I forgot I had that.
That's okay. He's just keeping track on his phone for both of you. You don't need to worry about the life wheel for now.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else after that, Chris?
That'll be in turn.
All right, so untap your stuff first.
Oh.
Trust me, I've been playing on and off for 14 years. I still forget that sometimes. Untap your idol.
Don't hurt me.
Alright, and I'm gonna generate.
Upkeep, you create a Eldrazi spawn.
And he's back.
You're gonna draw 2 cards. So 1, 2. Go ahead and play your land out for the turn.
And
Play that later when you have more creatures on the field.
so some of her.
All right. So I would tap. Okay. So what's its mana cost?
1, then red, then green, then white.
So you will tap anything that makes a red mana, anything that makes a green mana, anything that makes a white mana, and then 1 more. Okay. Now you play her out.
Or do I need to switch out to the actual card?
No, you're good. So, when she enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. So go ahead and look for that.
Found it.
All right. So you make one of those. At the beginning of combat on each player's turn, you may tap 2 target creatures you control. When you do, target creature that player controls gets +2/+2 and gains trample entire turn. So her main effect won't work very well. Won't work on him because goading only works with multiple people.
So she's more of a multiplayer card.
She is,
Commander's a multiplayer
Don't
format.
do it while you play the
but it's okay. Now, you should have a red and a white still open at the very least, but you can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 mana altogether. So you're gonna need to tap a red, anything that makes a red. Nope, not quite, because that doesn't do it on its own.
Marty Powell, if I ever saw one.
Red, white,
Well, let's get you a soul.
and then three more. Your Soul Ring taps for 2.
Mouth, I will bite.
I know, I'm sorry, bro.
Dum, dum, dum.
Play Assemble the Legion. Now you have 2 upkeep triggers. At the beginning of your upkeep, you put a muster counter on Assemble the Legion, and that'll continue to go up every counter. That,
Please.
this will only happen on your upkeep, so not yet. Then create a 1/1 red and white soldier creature token with haste for each muster counter on Assemble the Legion.
Yikes.
Assemble the Legion's usually been an under $1 card, but it is a very effective under $1 card.
It's a pretty decent one. It's under $1 because it's got
What
a
about Rankle? Ain't he good?
Rankle's good, but he's mainly used in decks that can that want black pips in it.
Chase, what are you doing?
How have you been doing, Dragon?
I'm tired.
Oh!
Don't mind me.
It's not bad. Don't worry about it.
I'm just gonna open this over the trash can.
Is that it?
I can't attack, right?
Nope.
And
Unless
my-
it says haste on the card, it does not have it. It cannot attack the
what's
first turn it's
trample
out.
mean?
Any damage left over from blocking goes to the person it was
How you
attacking.
Oh, so like piercing.
Yes.
No, it's closer to how Yu-Gi-Oh works. It just when 2 monsters in attack position crash over each other, the bigger one The damage goes to the opponent.
I am. My turn then.
What's up?
Next.
Now we're ready.
Do I have a decent field now?
Bottle.
Here, can,
Oh, yeah.
can I stack my
I
two
haven't
guys
had-
on
I
top of
haven't
each
had a lot of
other?
those, but I know what kind of bottle it is. What flavor is it?
The zones really aren't a thing here.
Strawberry. That's
Draw.
Strawberry.
I prefer Coca-Cola
You give
Oreo.
50-50 chance of it working or going.
Did you do the thing of dipping a Coca-Cola flavored Oreo into Oreo flavored Coca-Cola? Okay, never mind. Don't worry
I
about it.
couldn't find that Oreo.
My sis, I found out my sister decided to do that just for the heck of it.
I couldn't
She
find
said
that
it tasted
Oreo.
as bad as you expect it to taste.
No, the only thing you can never convince me to eat is turkey and avocado. Those are the only two things I'm
together.
gonna
That
eat.
just sounds like a horrible combination to me.
No, I won't eat them even separately.
I don't eat avocado.
I absolutely hate turkey.
Well, there's a country you gotta apologize to. Just kidding.
Midnight clock.
Sorry.
Oh, come on, who doesn't love eating that country?
Hey
A little
Chase,
salt,
had you not said
pepper.
tree, you would have said a bad word.
No, no.
Oh, not fair.
Then we're gonna go
He does not.
red, colorless.
Is there actual colorless mana cards?
Yes.
No, like actually
Land. Yes.
Ooh.
They're called wastes.
Do I have any in here?
No.
We're gonna play a young pyromancer.
Your deck will not have any wasteland in there.
I don't die this turn, right?
No.
Well, I gotta lose some shit.
Maybe.
Worried I was about to lose Kanto, because I just got her out.
You might. I don't know.
Remember, you choose what to block. You choose what to block with.
I just don't want my cat to die.
Then don't block it. You have a bunch of 1/1s that you can expend and block with.
So what I do hope is I draw into another life of the party.
We're gonna play a storm thunder.
No, there's only one life of the party, because it's a singleton format.
Oh, piece handy something.
You are decent adventurers. You are not
Give me just a
looking to
second.
increase your skill, but just
Trace, how much
I'm
dice?
doing something
maintain
specific.
where you're at.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And they start out in the
It's not as, let's
fell
just
out.
put it this way, it's not as bad as when that kid used to
The whole map
fall,
is
somebody was wanting to get in, somebody was getting into Warhammer 40K and it was mainly
Okay.
DC.
We're gonna just tap
Ask
three.
how- they're going
Put a
to-
midnight counter on the midnight clock.
I'm about to lose anyway.
Damn it!
You need to have more confidence here.
We definitely did a.
I don't know what to call them.
I know. That's.
You are teaching a person who is pure Yu-Gi-Oh to play
And by
this.
that,
Listen,
literally mean
It shouldn't technically be having you use your time. Yu-Gi-Oh's more complex.
I'm self-taught in Yu-Gi-Oh. I've been teaching myself since middle school.
Well, I've been playing for 10 years.
If I bring my decks next time, you want to see them.
Yeah, I've had a skill back.
Do you also run Dark World in RDA?
I do run RDA.
Please tell me you also. Will you help me understand why people say it's weird I put extra deck monsters in my side deck?
That is weird.
But then I have more extra deck options.
Have you ever had the feeling?
Like 100 Eyes Dragon.
The top of your mouth.
100 Eyes Dragon's bad.
That's what
I
I'm
only
having right
use
now.
them if all my Crimsons got killed.
Combine it if you get thrown away.
Witch of the Black
Actually,
Forest?
better yet, a
That's a Yugi
leg
card.
that's unnumbing.
It is, it's in his deck.
Ew, oh, is it always having that feeling
Oh,
all
some of
the
them
time?
are upside
Like,
down.
it's pure agony, but it's not.
Okay, that's
Oh, you
interesting.
two are budget player?
I
does-
Oh,
don't like
technically.
my
The other
feeling.
idea
It's-
was
awful.
sex cross.
So that's still better than my
I bet it is.
build. I'm running one Bestial
I was not expecting
and it's Baldrake.
was not expecting that.
Oh, wait, Caleb.
What?
When you're done there, here's those two starter decks I had.
Bitches.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just set them over here for now. I'll look at them later.
Okay.
That makes that one finish out.
I am.
10-5.
I'm not gonna block with her, so you can just hit me directly.
Then I'll
They are critical.
then I'll crew up
Wait a
with my
minute.
young pyromancer.
Token.
Oh, no, don't, I was about to say, don't just lie to him. Let him just figure out what he's attacking with.
I'm gonna crew up with my young pyromancer.
'Kay.
Oh, because young pyromancer is on board, I do get to create